unless that, because if this fight goes the full 8 rounds, it's going to be a tough one for Sting Gonarenda. You got to think to yourself that Sakaju is quite fit.
Okay, the bell is gone and they're underway in this first round. And I think you just got to stay loose and relaxed. If you are tense, your reaction time increases and you'll burn energy for no reason. And you can see it's a shot at each as they're just getting to know each other a little bit in the ring now.
Sizing each other up, yeah.
Sizing each other up.
And you can see that this is far more a technical fight, unlike the bout we saw in the first round where the women went at each other hammer and tongs. These two sizing each other up.
Yeah, certainly, and you've got to be aware of your distancing here. If your opponent is certainly in striking range, you are in striking range. You've got to strike first, and we can see that from Sting. He's looking for those shots. As that was a good hook from Sting, and he's really getting into his opponent. But Djakito is coming back.
That was a missed uppercut, but had that caught Gonarenda, that was gonna cause some damage, certainly. Oh, one landed there for Gonarenda. Gonarenda, nice uppercut. Looks like he's looking for that one. Yeah.
And there's a jab.
And that hurt him. He looks hurt.
You can see that Sting is getting him.
Oh. And Sting goes down. That was, to use a soccer analogy, that was against the run of play. Because it looked like Sting Gonarenda had hurt him. He certainly had hurt him with the uppercut, and then one landed on him and he went down. Referee is looking at him, trying to see if he's still lucid, and we'll see if this fight will continue. The referee has asked him to go to the neutral corner, and we're carrying on.
Yeah, certainly DRC 1, Zimbabwe 0, you could call it, because really Sting was really surprised with that. We'll have a look at that replay shortly. But as you said, you can't write off this DRC boxer, Sakaju. He certainly has got a very, very strong uppercut, but Sting is coming back. They're getting into a bit of an overhand.
All right, Sting is looking for the hook too early. I think that he needs to box a lot smarter. And I think he's already assessed Sakaju, very clever boxer. We've seen that he's waiting for his opportunity, biding his time. Sting Gonarenda needs to do exactly the same. He needs to look for that opportunity and not try and dive in, because when he's diving in, that uppercut is a danger for him.
Yes, absolutely. And obviously, once you cross the striking zone and you're inside your opponent's guard, you stay there and you just got to keep punching, haven't you? You just got to keep punching, otherwise you're going to lose the bout. And
that's caught him again. Caught him.
And he's really behind the 8 ball a little bit. Sting now.
Sting looks hurt. He looks hurt.
He does look hurt.
He'll do well to get to the end of this round, get back to his corner and regroup. I think that's the one thing that Sting needs to be looking for. And Sakaju wants to end this early. He can see that he's got his man, and he's hoping that he can end this very quickly.
Yeah, certainly. And you don't overreach, because if you maintain a solid base, you're never off the balance. And as the bell goes for the end of the first round, you can certainly say that Sakaju has got Sting very rattled in this first round.
Yeah, I think Sakaju certainly got the better of the exchanges in that first round, and I think that Sting has got work to do. I mean, even if we look at the highlight reel, you look at it, Sakaju came out and he's got a strategy for this. He's going to let Sting Gonarenda try and attack him, and then when he counter punches, he's been able to hurt Sting, and we could see that it was the counter punching that certainly hurt him and got him onto the canvas.
Yeah, as we can see it here now, you can see it there now, and here it comes now. He gives him the uppercut.
Sting diving in, managing to get that uppercut, and then the big blow that got him down. So you can see that Sakuji's a very smart boxer. He lulled him into a false sense of security, thinking that he was almost like a Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope, and then looked for the opening and took him out. It was fantastic boxing by Sakaju, but Sting Gonarenda has got work to do. You can see he's trying to get his recovery going in that corner so that he can get a better second round. He's got work to do.
As the bell rings for the second round in this 8-round bout, and Sting will certainly need to come back here if he's going to survive 8 rounds of this bout here at the City Sports Centre tonight. We're coming to you live on Kwese Sport.
You see, that's better from Sting. Just jab, jab, jab. and wait for the opening. Just be patient. He's going to need to do that. Sakuji's doing exactly the same thing. Strategy and waiting.
He's
a clever boxer.
He's fencing the jab, and as they come...
Looks like Sting is getting back into this one. I think Sting has got a bit more of a wind in his sails. It looks like that time in the corner certainly assisted him, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And Sakuji certainly he's not giving up. He's keeping his guard, and he's... Oh, there's a big one there from Sting. Sting gives him an uppercut. The hook shot.
And those body shots that Sting is giving to Sakuji, if this goes a bit longer, they're going to be useful to him because he's going to wear down his fighter. And it looks like he just gave a nod to his corner. Whatever he's doing well. And so they need to just secure the tape on Sakuji. But I certainly believe that this second round, Gonarenda is having a better time of it. He seems like he's come out and wants to box.
Yeah, certainly, because if you stop punching, you definitely stop winning. Never quit trying to land that one that will end it, and we can certainly see that from these boxers as Sting comes back with some big shots into Sakuji.
That's better. That's better from Sting now.
Much better from Sting. But Sakuji comes back. Sakuji now looking a little bit rattled.
Sakuji's leaving a few openings, and I feel that Sting Gonarenda is missing a few golden opportunities. You can see when Sakuji lets down his guard, I don't think Gonarenda is fast enough to take advantage of that. There's a jab that's open to him, and he may regret that as we go longer into this fight, but certainly a better round from Sting.
Yeah, certainly, and as he comes against Sting, gives him the jab, the uppercut, keeps jabbing him, but as you say, he keeps missing those vital jabs, which could cost him, because suddenly Sakuji might just get the one that puts Gonarenda down. But they go into a bit of a huddle there. We'll wait for the referee to separate them.
All right,
Sting certainly has a bit of a spring in his step.
He certainly does, and I think he's got under Sakuji's skin, and Sakuji is now
left, and that was a good punch. That was a good punch.
Sakuji's now trying to box angry, and that's the last thing that you want to do. I think Sting has got a big opportunity here. If he can just get a handle on this fight, I think Sting has got a very good opportunity here and needs to take it in the second round. He's landed a few telling blows. I think he scored a few more points in this round, but he needs to get under his opponent's skin like he was doing earlier in this round.
Yeah, you're so right, Barry, and we just see now how Sting approaches it now, going into the end as the bell rings for the end of the second round, and you can certainly say that round belonged to Sting.
I'll give that round to Sting, most certainly. I think he landed the more telling blows. However, I think he had a golden opportunity to try and land him, or land a telling blow on Sakuji, and failed to do that. Those missed opportunities could cost him dearly as this fight goes on. Like we talked about, in terms of fitness, you got to think to yourself that Sakuji is a lot fitter than Sting Gonarenda. Gonarenda, when he gets an opportunity, needs to deliver and get this fight over with as quickly as is possible.
Yeah, certainly, and if the opponent is set and about to punch, you've got to move out the way. And as we look at some of the highlights from that round, you can see Sting, there he comes.
He's boxing clever now, as you can see.
Yes,
he's waiting for the opportunity.
Clever.
He's waiting for the jab, and that left hook certainly landed and caused some damage. Caused some damage on Sakuji, and Sakuji now knows that he's in a fight. That first round certainly belonged to him, but now after that second round, I think he fully understands that he's in a boxing match.
Right, the bell goes for the third round. What will Sting have in his corner now to take on Sakuji, who, as you say, certainly looks very fit?
The fact that these fights are coming fairly thick and fast, you got to think to yourself that the conditioning of the boxers will then come into question, because you look at other boxers, certainly internationally.
That was Sting all the way. That's exactly what Sting should be doing. He's found his rhythm, I think.
It looks like he's found his rhythm, and I'm just questioning the conditioning of these fighters. If we look at the conditioning of Sting Gonarenda, he certainly looks a lot better, and I'm questioning now that Sakuji, an army man by career. He should certainly be a lot fitter than he looks. That was a jab that landed, left jab, and Sting carries on going this way. He's got a good chance.
Got right in the right place. As he comes back, Sakaju comes back. But Sting certainly not going to give up here. Oh, that's one to the head, and that's a head clash. Looks like they bumped heads there as well. But Sting certainly not letting go, as the referee has to come in.
Sting looking in good nick now, and it looks like he's tiring his opponent. He's got a good opportunity here to get some telling blows and certainly begin to lead on that points board. Certainly the judges, I'm sure, are looking at this third round, as belonging to Sting so far.
Yeah, so far after round 3, which will come shortly, one would say that Sting has the advantage, although Sakaju had that blow there, but they separated yet again. And that's Sakaju holding his guard. But Sting is lining up something here. That's a quick jab from Sting.
This is a very interesting contest, because what we've got here is we've got Sakaju, who's an orthodox boxer, and Gonarenda, who's a southpaw. Meaning that we're getting the counter-punching that's coming through is as a result of them having those two different styles. And you can see that now Sakaju is cut. Gonarenda's done some damage there.
He certainly has done some damage. As we come to the end of round 3, the bell is about to go, and you can say that, that's certainly a uppercut there from Sting, and he hits it again.
The third round about to end, but I would say again, Sting Gonarenda proving that he is a solid.
And that's the bell there.
He is a solid boxer. Certainly that round for me belonged to Sting Gonarenda. I think he's boxing smarter. And they say that when you're a boxer, you've got to have a good corner, and your corner has got to deliver the goods for you. For me, Gonarenda's corner certainly has delivered, because he was sizing him up in the first round, and Sakaju certainly having the better of the exchanges in that first round. However, since he went back into his corner for the break, coming into the second and the third, Gonarenda has owned this fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I have noticed that if you throw a left jab, you're going to expect a right cross. I mean, you've got to do something about it, and I see that's sort of where Sakaju's missing out. He's just missing out where Sting seems to have a game plan, and you can see a bit of a cut on Sakaju's face there now, and I think he got a few decent hits from Sting in that last round as he gets treated going into the fourth round. But Sting certainly looks really up for this fight tonight, and as we go into round 4.
Sakaju, forgetting his gum guard.
Well, that's certainly something that you can't do without. As he gets his gum guard in, and we start round 4.
It looks like Sting Gonarenda now has got a game plan. I think he wants to put him down now, because you can see that there's a bit of intensity in his look, and also the way he's approaching. The way he's approaching the fight now, he's looking for that opening, and boxing very smart as Sting.
Yes, he is. But Sakaju has come out a little bit more refreshed after that round. But there's a jab there from Sting. And it looks like, and another one, and one back from him. But Sting comes back and gives him another one. Keeps his guard up. But Sting certainly has that spring in his step, and looks like he is about to do something.
See, Paz, it's about those combinations, and I think in terms of the combination fighting, Sting Gonarenda is getting the better of the exchanges, because he's jabbing, looking for the opening, and they're giving him the combination. That's another jab that lands and sending the crowd into delirium.
yeah, the crowd certainly enjoying this. They're certainly getting behind their home favourite. Yeah. But Sting really needs to finish this off now, doesn't he?
Sting looking to finish it off, but listen, even if he doesn't finish it off, I think he's well ahead in this fight. Certainly in the last 2 rounds that we've seen, I would say that in terms of rounds, it's 2-1 in favor of Sting Gonarenda. All he needs to do is keep doing what he's doing, patiently box, look, jab, 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 look for the opening, and then run the combinations over Sakaju, and he should be. That straight right getting through, however, and again, Sakaju now counter-punching big time. There.
Yeah, he's going to hold on there, and the referee will separate them yet again, as we've got 40 seconds left of round 4 in this 8-round bout here at the City Sports Centre. As Sting comes through it again now, it's a quick jab, it's a quick cross, it's a 1-2.
Does he have enough time?
Really, the crowd going absolutely wild now. They are very much behind their home man, Sting.
Sakaju complaining about some headbutts.
Sakaju getting a little bit rattled. But Sakaju comes back with the uppercut. There goes Sakaju.
Stick.
And that is the end of the 4th round. Even Stevens, one would say, after that round.
Yeah, that one I would say was right down the middle, because I think Sakaju coming back and counter-punching a lot in that round, and also some landing some telling blows. And it looks like Sting Gonarenda was looking for the right hook a bit early again, didn't have the patience, and that is a telling sign that Gonarenda is getting tired and wants to finish off this fight. And for me, he's still got to remain patient. He's still got to do what he's been doing and still land those points, just in case this goes the distance, because it's an 8-round fight.
Yeah, we're just about ready for round 5, and we can just see some of the highlights from the 4th round.
As you can see, looking for that right hook all the time. He seems to be jabbing and then looking for the, and then that's, and you see that those combinations, when they land, can do damage on Sakaju. However, he needs to be patient when he's looking for them.
Right, the bell has gone, and signalling the start of round 5 of this 8-round bout. 3-minute rounds. And the referee says, let's box. He's certainly keeping his guard, is Sakaju. But Sting...
Both fighters getting tired, and for me, I think Sting Gonarenda is keeping less of his guard, and you can see those hands drop. That's a sign of fatigue, and we talked about the fitness of the fighters. We talked about the fact that Sakaju is a soldier and likely to be fitter than Gonarenda. And for me, Gonarenda has got to look for an opening here and possibly end this, because if it goes the distance, it's not looking good for Sting. No, definitely not, as he certainly is dropping his hands, and that does show the sign of fatigue and tiredness. But Sakaju comes with a big blow, but Sting comes back and gives him a big uppercut. That is a huge hook, but he comes back, Sakaju. This is really exciting, this fight, as both these boxers... But he gives him a big jab. That's a smash one. He got him there.
He seemed to have...
He got him there.
Not quite...
The ref wants to assess. He had a golden opportunity, pause. We talked about him taking opportunities.
That he should have...
He had a chance there, and he didn't take it.
Really done it. He seemed to have stopped. As Sakaju comes back. But Sting really now wants to get this over and done with, because you can see that he is tiring a little bit. Sakaju comes back strong. He's holding his guard, definitely. The penultimate round, and you think to yourself that Sting had a golden opportunity there to end this fight. He had a man on the ropes, he had him down, his knees had gone, and he didn't take advantage. The ref stepping in, but before the ref stepped in, Sting could have taken advantage of that. We're going to have to see that.
And that's the ref should have surely given him a standing 8 count there. Didn't give him a standing 8 count. All he did was he stepped in and gave Sakaju a chance. I would think he got away with murder there.
Oh, but that's a big, and this is now the time for Sting to get his opponent.
Sting needs to free his hands. He needs to free his hands and get under his opponent. He's only got 20 seconds. He could have done something in this round. You got to think to yourself, there's another opportunity missed.
Yes, certainly you can say that he's missed 2 golden opportunities so far in this bout.
His knees are gone. His shoulder's gone. He's popped his shoulder.
It looks like his shoulder's gone, and it could just be the end of this bout. His shoulder. This looks like his shoulder. His shoulder seems to have popped, and we could. Let's just see what happens. That looks like this bout is done. His shoulder is certainly damaged.
I think we're staring in the face of a technical knockout here. The doctor's been called upon.
Yeah,
Doctor's going to have a look at him. Sting is already celebrating. He's still in the neutral corner.
Yeah, Sting is certainly celebrating already, but that's definitely a shoulder. You can actually see it. It's come out of its certainly come out of its socket, and this could be the end of this bout, and Sting having done the damage and taken this fight. But yeah, you can certainly see. Yeah, if you are squeamish, I'd certainly ask you to look away, because the doctor is going to put his shoulder back. Yep. It's actually out the socket.
Completely out of the socket, and you got to think to yourself, we're going to look at that incident that led to that shoulder popping out momentarily.
Okay,
but they're going to pop it back in.
It is a very, very painful thing. It's happened to me before, and I tell you what, you don't ever want to go through that kind of pain, and especially as you've had 5 rounds of hard fighting.
Not a nice thing at all. I've also popped my shoulder, and yeah, it can be tough, especially when the doc has to pop it back in. The doc seems to have popped it back in, but the pain afterwards means that he's definitely not going to continue in this fight. Sting Gonarenta and his corner already celebrating the victory of this. The doctor is taking care of him. I don't think this fight is going to continue. So all that we're waiting for is the official announcement. It looks like Sting Gonarenta getting the win.
Yeah, certainly I don't think it's going to last the distance, and it looks like it is done, as celebrations have already started as we go to Devon.
Let's take a look at that incident now where that shoulder popped out. And that's when he complained and went to his corner and spoke about the fact that his shoulder had popped out. Let's have a look at that. We're going to try and get the footage of before when his shoulder popped out. We don't have that footage, but that was certainly a technical knockout in favor of Sting Gonarenta.
And celebrating is Sting, and Sakaju is very, very disappointed that this fight has ended that way for him, because he was starting to come back, although I think Sting would have had the upper hand. But it looks like we're going to go to our ring announcer Devon to give us the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Konya calls a halt to this contest at 2 minutes and 45 seconds of round number 5, declaring your winner by technical knockout, Chamanorwa Sting Gonarenta.
Yeah, they popped it back in, and it'll be good to see exactly what happened to result in that shoulder popping out, because it's quite a bizarre way for this fight to end, because as you said, in that 5th round, the penultimate round, it was fairly even Stevens, and would have been interesting to see how the judges looked at that, because Sakaju was getting back into the fight. Sting Gonarenta's hands had dropped, his guard wasn't up. You think to yourself, had that gone another round, it could have gone either way, by direct knockout.
Definitely, and I think, as you said, had it gone another round, I think the judges would have certainly had a hard time separating these two fighters, because Sakaju was starting to come back, and I thought Sting was starting to tire a little bit. But it really is a sad way for a fight of this nature to end like it has ended. But anyway, that's how boxing goes, I'm afraid. And you can see the two boxers exchanging congratulations messages to each other, and a very, very ecstatic Sting Gonorrenda, who has won this third bout here tonight at the City Sports Centre.
That's the winner, and his record now reading 22 fights, 10 wins and 12 defeats.